Yeah, guys, welcome to AV Atmos. If you're new to our channel and you like audio video technology, subscribe to our channel. Now, I am going to go over the box office for today with you guys, and I am on my account on Twitter. And I won't be making proper video today of myself because I'm a little bit sick, so you're just gonna hear the box office rundown over the podcast. And now I'm going to use the site that I normally like getting my box office update numbers from, which is the most accurate and the best online. So make sure you guys visit boxofficepro.com. They're absolutely fantastic and I love what they do. Now, number one on the list this weekend is Jumanji. It earned a massive 60.1 $60,100,000 at the box office in the United States. Now, it is averaging $14,200 plus per theater, which is massive, and it outperformed its initial tracking of $35 million, and it's now pulled in almost double what it was projected to earn this weekend. It is fantastic. Now, internationally, it is doing fantastic well. Internationally, now let's use the international the company I normally like using their service for international now, which is Deadline. And our Deadline estimates that it pulled $152 million in total of 52 markets. Granted that it made $52 million last weekend, but this weekend it made $85.7 million internationally, guys. So it's a fantastic start for the film, and currently it's at $212 million worldwide. I can't really give you guys an estimate of where it would probably end, but I would probably say that this film is looking like a film that will end between $800 to $900 million worldwide, and that would be fantastic for this sequel, judging by the fact that a lot of people felt that it wasn't even going to cross $500 million since it came out last weekend and it didn't do well in China. But right now it's pulling its weight. Now, number two is from the company I love, which is Disney. Frozen 2 made $19.1 million. And its total right now in the United States is $336.5 million, and it has done that in 4 weeks, as you guys can clearly see here. It is at it's already averaging around $4,700 per theater, and it's playing at 4,078 theaters in the United States. It's fantastic. Worldwide, it made $55 million internationally for a total of $666 million and a total of $1,033 million worldwide. So technically it's done this in 4 weeks, which is fantastic. And I think it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, it should be the fastest animated feature from Disney to make $1 billion. I think it's the fastest, but I have to double check on that, whether it beat out Incredibles to make that much. But I think it's the fastest, if I'm not mistaken. But it's incredible how much it has already made in 4 weeks. Now, now it's actually the sixth film for Disney to cross $1 billion, and we are looking at Star Wars joining the fray to make it 7 for Disney, which will be fantastic for the Mouse House. And we'll probably say it's a proxy of 7.5, because if you look at Sony's release of Spider-Man, they had a hand in that, and so it's a co-produced or co-worked film between Disney and Sony. Granted, Sony made the film with their cash and marketed it, but Disney has a hand in Far From Home as well. So this year has been tremendous for the Disney in general, and it's been fantastic. Knives Out made $9.2 million. Internationally, let's see what Knives Out did internationally this weekend. Knives Out pulled in good money this weekend. I have to be sure what Knives Out made internationally. And you guys can use Deadline to cross-check these things at your spare time. Knives Out made $13.6 million internationally for a total of $83.3 million, and currently its total gross is at $162.2 million worldwide. Right now it's making profit because if you look at the budget, it's at $40 million, and this is fantastic. It's making good money right now. As for the next one on the list, you have Richard Jewell, which flopped. Richard Jewell had a budget of $45 million, which was terrible, and it only made $5 million at the box office, and it is massively a flop for Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has been putting out flops after flops after flops. I think the only successful film for Warner Brothers this year right now is Joker, and that is terrible because even the other film that was supposed to be a hit, which is It Chapter 2, still made less than Maleficent Mistress of Evil, which I will get down to right now. Black Christmas, which is a woke trash made for feminists, and even feminists bashed this film. I don't even know what is wrong with this film, but Black Christmas made a miserable $4.4 million in the United States. I don't see this movie making $10 million in the United States. And granted, its budget is $5 million. This film still had almost $5 million as marketing costs, which means it needs at the very least $15 million to be really successful or break even, more or less. So I don't see this film getting to $15 million, and that's because of the agenda they pushed in the film. But regardless, it's a flop, and I'm happy that it's a flop because it was made for crackheads who have this ideology that I hate in Hollywood right now. Ford v Ferrari made $4.1 million. Its total is at $98.2 million. It's going to cross $100 million worldwide this weekend. This new week. It's going to break even. I think it's close to $200 million worldwide at the box office. Queen and Slim made $3.6 million. Total of $33.1 million in the United States. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood made $3.3 million. Total of $49.3 million. You have Dark Waters, which is a massive flop, took a 50% drop, made $2 million, a total of $8.8 million in the United States. 21 Bridges, $1.1 million, terrible flop for STX, which have put out a lot of flaws. I think the only successful film for STS this year is Hustlers, that female-centric stripper movie. Midway made $880,000 at the box office this weekend. It made $55 million. Playing with Fire, $670,000 for a total of $43.2 million. Now, Playmobil is a massive flop. It has already dropped from over 2,000 theaters. Currently, it's only made $992,000, which is a tragedy, and it's still made by STX that I just talked to you guys about. That is a flop that made 21 Bridges. Parasite is still pulling its weight at $632,000 for a total of $20.3 million in the United States. Joker made $465 million for a total of $333 million in the United States, and a total of $1.060 billion worldwide. Harriet still pulled in $450,000 for a total of $41.7 million. Last Christmas, $450,000 for Last Christmas for $34.3 million in the United States. Jojo Rabbit, $375,000, total of $19.8 million. Now we go down to the final trade that I probably would like to cover, which is Maleficent, which is still pulling its weight at $185,000, on dropping 65% in its ninth weekend for a total of 112.7 million in the United States. Its worldwide total now is already at $488 million worldwide. So this has already broken even for Disney, and I don't even think Disney has a flop this year. The only flop they've had this year is Dumbo, which was released earlier this year. All their other movies have been successful and they've all made $1 billion. This even cashed out to over almost $500 million. So it is a massive success regardless. The final one on the list is this flop. I can't even find it again, guys. It is so terrible that Charlie's Angel is no longer in the top 30 box office list. Guys, Charlie's Angels ain't here. It is that bad. Charlie's Angel is out of it's terrible, but oh well. Terminator Dark Fate is the final one I'm gonna cover for you guys. I just made $130,000, and it is a massive flop. At just its 7th weekend, it's barely made $62 million in the United States, and I think it's around $260 million worldwide. This film is gonna lose Paramount almost $150 million, and that is a tragedy, guys. And that is the box office for this week, guys. And if you enjoy this content, make sure you follow us on social media, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys next time.